وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما بعثت لأتمم مكارم الأخلاق أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. My brothers and sisters, the best advice, the best nasiya always come from the Quran and the Sunnah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent to the present Saudi Arabia, right? It was all divided into tribes. How many tribes? They were fighting hundreds of years. I'm trying to point out a recent event in one country, tribal area. How Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam united their heart 5 times a day, shoulder to shoulder, next to each other. All the people, belongs to different tribes. He put the love with his akhlaq, with his kindness, with his forgiveness, with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Longest beard is not the only sunnah that we follow. Where is the kindness and forgiveness and tolerance? That also sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You cannot tell me any, not a single story that Brother Ilyas, you don't know what he said to me, or Brother Ilyas, you don't know what he did to me. Really, you can go back and look and come back to me, brother, you don't know what I have gone through. It's easy for you to give a beautiful khutbah and say, mashallah, beautiful khutbah. No, 3 things, brother, 3 things. Pay attention. There is nothing new I am going to tell you. Number 1, the hidayah comes from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Quran. Number 1 source is Quran. Number 2 is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And who brought the deen to us? The companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So read the Quran with the tafsir, with the meaning, not without meaning. 15 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day, 5 pages with the meaning, with the tafsir. Number 2, seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What was his akhlaq? With his wife, with his neighbor, with the children, with his enemy. His forgiveness, his kindness. Number 3, the life of the companions. They brought the deen to us. What do we know about the companions? Now, we are not going to be perfect. See, the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not perfect. His beloved uncle Abu Talib did not say the La ilaha illallah. His neighbor was Abu Lahab, did not say the La ilaha illallah. Son of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, wife of Lut alayhi salatu wassalam, father of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. Life is not going to be perfect, but things will happen. That's why I mentioned 3 things. Number 1 is the Quran with the meaning and the tafsir. Number 2 is the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And number 3 is the life of the companions. Things will happen. Let me give you one example. Between 2 great ashab of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because we don't have much time, so I have to cut corners. At the time of a little conflict after the war, there was a booty of the war. So all the companions, they sat down and have mashwara how to distribute the booty of the war among them. I'm sure you have heard this several times, but this time I want you to bring it into life. Quran was not sent to recite in Taraweeh or just memorize the entire Quran without understanding the meaning of single ayah. We have to bring into our life. Quran has 4 rights. Number one, we have to learn how to read the Quran properly with tajweed. Number two, we have to understand the meaning, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking us to do. Number three, we have to implement in our life. Number four, we have to invite others towards the Quran. If we don't do the first three, how in the world we are going to do? Invite others towards the Quran. We are the most misbehaved people at the face of this earth. If there are 1,000 people sitting, and if you ask, raise your hand, how many of you have read the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? How many hands will go in the air? Sincerely. That's why I emphasize several times, wherever I go, we have no way but to read the Quran with the meaning, tafsir, and the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So at the end of the war, there was booty. They had a mashwara how to distribute this booty. Sayyidina Abu Zar al-Ghaffari, a very senior Sahabi. You know, he was a very, very early convert, maybe the 10th one or the 12th one or the 6th one. Very early convert. A very great Sahabi. He gave his opinion, and after him, another great Sahabi, you all know his name, Sayyidina Bilal. We all love Sayyidina Bilal, right? He gave his opinion. He said, Ya Abu Zar, I don't agree with you. I think we should do this way. When Abu Zar radiallahu ta'ala an accepted Islam, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam right after that sent him back to his tribe. So there is a 10 years gap. 10 years gap between the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he came back to Medina, there is a 10 years gap. So Abu Zar radiallahu ta'ala got upset, and he called Bilal, you son of a black woman, you disagree with me? And that was a big word to say, you son of a black woman, you disagree with me? You know, if this thing happened with us in the masjid, what do we do? What did you call me? Huh? Sayyidina Bilal, you know what he did? You know what he did? He didn't go like this. He went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Ya Rasulullah, Abu Zar called me this. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam right away he came to Abu Zar and he shook Abu Zar. Ya Abu Zar, you still of a man who has jahiliyyah, ignorance in his heart. And you know what Abu Zar said? Imagine if this happened today with me, with us. He said, I didn't say that. I didn't say like that. I didn't mean that. Oh, he lied to you, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He lied to you. I didn't say that. You know what Abu Zar radiallahu ta'ala did? He went right after Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu ta'ala to find him. He found him in the market area, Suq, and he put his head down on the street. And he said, Ya Bilal, put your foot on my face so everyone will know who is honorable and who is dishonorable, who is right and who is wrong. And you know what Bilal did? He didn't stand like this. Oh yeah? Didn't I say that? I knew I was right. The way we argue these days. I told you. You know what he did? You know what Sayyidina Bilal did? He went down on his knees and he kissed the forehead of Sayyidina Abu Zar al-Ghaffari radiyallahu ta'ala an. He said, Ya Abu Zar, I forgive you for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Done, finish, get up. No Facebook. Every evening for the next 10 years, every evening on the Facebook, tick, 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 tick. Done, finish. Now the kindness of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you have not read the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, please read. It's a very important document. So the Quraysh, Meccan, they violated the treaty. They broke the treaty. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has to respond. So he had a meeting, a very high level meeting with his senior companions. How to respond with his senior companions in Medina. One Sahabi wrote all the detail of that secret high level meeting in a letter and gave to a woman to take it to the Mecca to the enemy. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam came and informed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, all your information in the meeting is leaked. It's given to a woman and she is walking, she is going to the Mecca, giving to your enemy entire detail of the meeting. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam informing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked two companions to go get. She said, we know you have it. You have in your hair. We don't want to harm you. Just give us the letter. So those two companions get the letter, brought to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked that companion, come close. What did you do? You gave the entire detail of my meeting to the enemy. You know what happened in Uhud? You all know what happened in Uhud. What happened to Hamza radiyallahu ta'ala an? Sayyidina Hamza, who was the uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who killed him? Who killed Hamza radiyallahu ta'ala? Who martyred him? Wahshi. And Hind, wife of Abu Sufyan, cut him, got the liver out and chewed the liver, cut the ears, both ears and nose, and she danced around the body of Sayyidina Hamza. That's what they did in Uhud. This is Hamza Asadullah. He was very tall, handsome, very strong. He used to fight with two swords in his hand. And Wahshi, he threw a dagger. And Hind chewed his liver. When the Mecca was conquered, Wahshi came, he covered his face completely. No one can see because they would. Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab, you think he will tolerate that? Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab? Any Sahabi? So he had his face covered completely. And he walked into Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, I am Wahshi. I killed Hamza radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Can you forgive me?" He was forgiven by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hind was forgiven Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked this Sahabi, "What did you do? You disclose all the information to my enemy?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah, please forgive me. I have my wife and my children in Mecca for their safety." Imagine, would you forgive someone like this? No way. Umar bin Khattab told his story, "Ya Rasulullah, just give me permission. This is treason. Ya Rasulullah, just give me the permission. This is treason." And Rasulullah said, "Ya Umar, whoever participated in Badr, everyone is forgiven. I forgive you. Go." So, just come to the masjid and then go home, then come to the masjid and then go home, and then come to the masjid and then go home, and then come to the masjid and then go home. Have a big thobe like this, have a long beard is not just only the sunnah. Salat is the most important thing. Beard is the sunnah, but the forgiveness and the kindness of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will unite our hearts, will bring the unity. Without the unity, the help of Allah will not come. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite our hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to follow the sunnah of kindness and the forgiveness and the tolerance. Whenever, listen, this is the last thing, whenever you have an argument, my dear brothers and sisters, whenever you have an argument, brothers and sisters, whenever you have an argument, lose the argument, win the heart. Lose the argument, win the heart. Winning the heart is more important at this time. Unity is more important. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite our heart, bring unity and prosperity among the entire ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite our hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure everyone who is sick or going through a difficult time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove the difficulty from them. Please remember all the Muslims, every single Muslim, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect each and every single Muslim life, dignity and honor. Remember all the Muslims in your du'as who are suffering oppression and suppression around the world, whether they are Kashmiri Muslim, Indian Muslim, Syrian Muslim, and our beloved brothers and sisters in Gaza and West Bank. You cannot imagine the life in Gaza and West Bank. For the past 75 years, they've been oppressed and suppressed. When you eat Sundays and Saturdays buffet and spend $100 and $150 in just a few minutes, think about those brothers and sisters and those refugees. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our hearts and open our wallet also. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون وأقيموا الصلاة.